Iba talaga kapag senadorang walang laman ng utak at nagmamagaling lamang. Akala mo siya
Ayan
na
na.
ang magaling. Magaling pa sa abogado.
Hindi po nakakaalam, kabilang po ako sa naghain na ikatlong impeachment complaint laban sa kay VP Sara Duterte. Nagpapasalamat po ako.
Makasama ha. Ang mga pare ko na ito, anak ng bugi. Sila ho, kabilang sa mga naghain ng impeachment complaint.
Nalulungkot po ako na hanggang ngayon na hindi pa rin kumikilos ang Senado para simulan ang pagdidig dito. Ang sabi po ni Senate President Chis Escudero ay wala po daw clamor para umpisahan na kaagad ang impeachment trial. Kaya
Yes. Good morning mga kasama. Nandito na naman si Kuya Goods nagbabalik. At syempre, kung di ka ba nakasubscribe sa ating channel, pa-subscribe na lang po at hit mo na rin yung bell para lagi kang updated sa ating mga video. Bell all nyo po para may notification kayo natatanggap everyday. Ano na naman ito? Nagpatutsadahan ang dalawang senador. Bakit? Yan ang ating aalamin sa balita ni Chikadora. At naku po, pinababalik na ho ang pera ng PhilHealth. Inutos na ho ng Supreme Court. Talaga naman. Yan ang magandang balita. Kung napanood nyo kagabi, talaga namang ginisa ni Honorable Antonio Co. Jr. Itong mga alagad na mga dorobo. Yay! Alamin natin pero bago natin simulan ang ating talakayan at reaksyon, likes and share, samahan mo na subscribe, i-bell all nyo na para meron kayong notification everyday. Meron tayong upload, magno-notify sa inyo ang mga video natin. At sa dulo ng ating video, ay mga pare ko'y, Church Group hold press conference on People's Impeachment Movement. Impeachment Movement? Mga pare ko, yan ang unguna. Anak ng bugi. Ito si si durugista nung 15 years. 15 years daw siya naging durugista. Tapos, ngayon naging pare ko na siya. Anak ng tipaklong. Mamaya, makikita nyo yung durugistang pare ko na 15 years daw siyang nagdurug. Inamin niya yan Sa hearing ni Tatay Digong nung pinatawag si Tatay Digong, siya yung resource person. Resource person itong pare ko na ito. Kilala niyo ba si mamaya abangan niyo sa dulo ng ating video. Ito na, ipasok na natin.
Nagkasagutan sina Senator Risa Ontiveros at Senate President Chis Escudero na ayon kay Senator Risa Ontiveros ay inaantala o dinidelay daw ni Senator Chis Escudero ang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara. Ngunit nilinaw ni Senator Chis Escudero na hindi niya ito inaantala. Hindi inaantala ng Senado ang impeachment proceedings ni Vice President Sara. Ipinaliwanag niya na sa katunayan ay nagpapatuloy ang Senado sa impeachment batay sa itinakda ng konstitusyon. Bakit ba naman kasi atat na atat itong si Risa Ontiveros sa impeachment proceedings ni Vice President Sara? Akala mo naman marami siyang nalalaman sa Senate rules. Hala sige, madaliin nyo pa at baka naman kayo ang sumabit pa sa Supreme.
Ito na. In terms of sabit-sabit, di ba dati meron tong issue about sa PhilHealth, sabi ni Aling Margarita. Kuya Goods, dati may issue yan baka mahalungkat. Baka lang di pa tayo sure dyan. At ito yung mga balita, kagaya ng sinabi natin noong unang intro natin. Pinababalik ho yung pondo na 60 billion. Naku, paano pag naubos na? At ubos na pala. Mababalik, saan sila kukuha ng pera? Hahanap na naman sila na pwedeng tapyasan at ipapatong dito sa pinababalik na Supreme Court. Ang tanong dito, paano kung i-ignore nila itong Supreme Court? Itong magaling ng mga dorobo at umubos sa kaba ng pondo ng PhilHealth. Paano? Ano ang gagawin ng Supreme Court? At doon sagutin nyo na yung petisyon ni BP Sara. Ilang araw na lumilipas, parang wala pa rin. Oh, 'di ba? Supreme Court, please lang ho, Honorable Javier, Honorable ako. Oo, antabayanan natin yung sagot nila doon sa petisyon ni BP Sara, petisyon ni ah, Kong Ungab, Kong Alvarez at si Dr. Lechon. Pwede ba marinig namin kung ano yung komento nila? Gusto namin marinig yung mga komento nitong mga dorobo na ito para naman may kalinawan sa ating kababayan, lalong-lalo na yung mga taxpayer. Okay lang doon sa hindi nagbabayad ng tax, paano ho yung nagbabayad ng tax? Paano, ito naman sa usapin ng PhilHealth, paano naman po hindi ibalik yung 60 billion? Paano naman, kawawa naman yung mga nagbabayad ng premium. Di ba? Sana bigyan ng isang matinding, para mapilitan ibalik at yung dorobo ay makasuhan na. Tuloy.
Supreme Court, tandaan mo, Rizon Tiveros, the moment you corrupt the legal proceedings, the more you are giving winning exercise to your subject. Ayon pa sa paglilinaw ni Senate President Chis Escudero. I wish to correct what Senator Risa said about delay. We are not delaying the impeachment of Vice President Sara. Excuse me, we are simply proceeding with it legally, constitutionally, and in accordance with law. For us not to follow the law will in fact create more delay or more opportunities for either party to go up, question the proceedings were undertaken, which will in turn result in more delays. Iba talaga kapag senadorang walang laman ng utak at nagmamagaling lamang. Akala mo siya nang magaling. Magaling pa sa abogado. Ang ginagawa ni Escudero ay naaayon sa batas at hindi padalos-dalos tulad ng iba dyan na umeepal. Kasi nga naman, kung magmamadali Senate President Escudero, malamang magkatsansa ang kampo ni Vice President Sara na questionin ang mga hakbang na siyang magiging dahilan ng lalo pang pagka-delay ng impeachment. Ito talaga si Rizon Tiveros ay hindi nag-iisip sa bagay. Marami talagang may gustong mawala si Vice President Sara. Mahirap kalaban at hindi nila kaya. Natural na unahin mo talagang mawala ang malakas para may tsansa ang mga kamuting kahoy. Atat na atat si Rizang mapatalsik si VP Sara. Abay malamang sa malamang, tatakbo rin itong presidente, si Rizon Tiveros sa 2028. Narito ang full video na kung saan sinupalpal ni Senate President Chis Escudero si Senator Rizon Tiveros na siyang atat na atat magumpisa na ang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara na siyang binigyan ng comment at reaksyon ni Mr. Will Talker. Panoorin natin ang buong video.
Anong gusto ninyo? Magsisinungaling ako? Magpapanggap ako? Mag-aarte-arte ako na kunwari may urgent legislation at magre-request ako ng special session? Samantalang alam nyo naman, ang dahilan lang ay yung clamor daw o yung ingay daw. Hindi naman yata tama yon, di ba? Hindi kayang baguhin ng ingay mula sa anumang sektor o grupo yung nakasulat sa batas.
Very good.
Hindi namin babaguhin yon, depende sa palakasan ng sigaw.
Very good, Cheese. Tama yan.
Di ba? Ito yung sinasabi natin na dapat nating isang alang-alang. Kung ano yung nasa konstitusyon, yun lang. Kung ano yung nasa batas, yun lang. Huwag nang dagdagan, kagaya sinabi ni Chis Escudero. Pero hindi porket sinabi niya na gano'n, kakampihan natin siya. Di ba? Isipin din natin na sinusunod lang niya kung ano yung nararapat. Pero doon sa mga nagmamadali at aba. Baka kayo ho ay maghunos dili, baka sa susunod, talagang hindi na makita sa balota yung pangalan nyo. Wala na humboboto sa inyo. Ay kung ako dito kay Babaita, magpapakatino na ako, baka pwede pa sa 2028. Kung ikaw ay magpapakumbaba at aayusin mo, pwede kang sumabit sa mga Duterte at ayusin mo lang, ha? Huwag kang bumatikos at talagang magserbisyo ka ng totoo sa bayan. Kagaya ng ginagawa ng mga Duterte. Baka, at hindi ka na sumapi sa mga kaliwat kanan, left, right. Oo, tigil mo na yan, ha? Oo, para mas maganda. Pero, ganun pa man, wala na. Tapos na yung babaho na Wala na wala na sigurong maniniwala ulit. Eto. Tingnan natin kung ano to. Pinababalik magandang usapin to, ha. Okay kung hindi nyo naabutan yung live kahapon, eto maganda to. Yung argumento ng Supreme Court versus sa Bulangit. Kay Bersamin at dito kay Lulong. Apat ito Ito na, ipasok na natin to.
I'm not sure if it was included in the presentation, but it is part of the financial statement, Your Honor.
Okay. Apparently, as explained by earlier, this 560 billion that you recommended was reduced to 280 billion.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Honor. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So, why only, Mr. Counsel, why only 50%? 280 is 50% of 560. Why only 50% of the recommended amount did the board adopted as the reserve fund?
Actually, Your Honors, as you can see from Section 11, the requirement of actuarial estimate is only required for the ceiling.
Yes.
Not the reserve fund. So, where the actuary participated here was in setting the ceiling.
Yes, but you said earlier, you have 220 billion excess. Your expenditures is accumulated revenues is 500 billion.
Ule.
The reserve fund is 280, and you still have 220 billion free funds.
Yeah.
Why did the board merely agree or set the reserve fund 50% of the recommended amount?
The board has that discretion, Your Honor, to review the data and set the reserve fund or even the ceiling to reasonable levels.
Okay, now, earlier it was mentioned that the reserve fund for 2024 was, as recommended, was determined on the last day of 2023. Am I correct? Yes. Now, when did the board adopted the reserve fund for 2024 in the amount of 280 billion? Was it supposed to be the beginning of the year of 2024 or any time as long as it is within the year 2024? Is there a board?
Your Honors, may I surmise an opinion, or I don't know how they call it. I think this is in response to the GAA provision and the DOF circular when the discussion on the 280 was discussed in the board, Your Honor.
No, you mentioned that you made a recommendation in the end of 2023 that the reserve fund for 2024 should be 560B, right? And I presume the board were sufficiently informed of this amount. When did the board of PhilHealth acted upon this amount to determine that the reserve fund should only be 280 billion? There should be at least a board resolution that would say that the reserve fund of PhilHealth is 280 billion.
I think the board acted around middle of last year, Your Honor. But yeah, by the way, previous to that, Your Honor, The board did not really, as I understand, I'm not really part of the management of PhilHealth, but the board never really formalized any level of reserve fund. So they simply followed an office order that was issued in 2012, where they set the reserve fund equal to or lower than the ceiling.
Did I hear it right that the board did not actually made a reservation for purposes of this reserve fund?
No, in the past, Your Honor. But this is an info I'm getting from the board staff of PhilHealth, Your Honor. But the board meeting for this new reserve fund that was approved was held May 8, 2024.
Can you provide us with the necessary documents to show probably board resolution that on May 8, 2024, the PhilHealth board adopted a reserve fund in the amount of 280 billion?
We'll do that, Your Honor.
Can I get that commitment?
Yes, certainly, Your Honor.
Okay.
We'll.
Now, when the 560 billion, you computed it, you base this on 2 years projected expenditures, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And on that basis, you came up with 560B.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And on that basis also, on May 8, the PhilHealth board adopted a reserve fund 50% as you recommended.
As stated, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, let us go to, it was mentioned earlier that the amount requested by the Department of Finance, 89.9 billion.
Pera.
That was when it was sent to you that you need to transmit this amount. How did you go about it in PhilHealth? Was it immediately approved by PhilHealth? Did you have a discussion? What I mean is, under the GAA, it speaks of a reserve fund, right? Chapter GAA 2024, it speaks of reserve fund. In Section 11 of the Universal Healthcare also speaks of a reserve fund. Are these concepts the same or different from each other?
I think the reserve fund under the Universal Healthcare Act, Your Honor, has its own definition in the law.
Yes. In fact, under the Section 11, the reserve fund shall not exceed a ceiling equivalent to the amount actuarially estimated for 2 years projected program expenditures. So therefore, looking forward. But in the GAA, the reserve fund must be reduced to a reasonable level, taking into account disbursement from prior years. So therefore, the reserve fund under the GAA speaks of expenditures for prior years. So it speaks, these two concepts are different.
No, not really different, Your Honor.
Why do you say that?
You look at your past needs to, in a way, have a good guess of your future needs.
Again,
So you look at you look at your expenditures in the past to have a good estimate of your expenditures in the future.
Yes, that is the reserve fund for PhilHealth. You determine that by taking into consideration expenses projected for the next 2 years, which is necessarily, from experience, higher than expenditures for the past prior years. So therefore, the amounts for reserve fund, if you compute it under the PhilHealth, would be vastly different from the amount of reserve fund under the GAA. In that case, my question now is, how did you compute the amount if there are two different bases in determining the amount to be remitted to the Department of Finance?
I know they took the rolling 2-year average of the expenditures in the past, was it 5 years, Your Honor, from 2018 to 2023. They took the average of the rolling past 2 years.
Okay, now, when the GAA was passed, this provision on fund balance and the reserve fund, I'll read it to you. Fund balance of GOCCs from any remainder resulting from the review and reduction of that reserve fund to reasonable levels, taking into account the disbursement from prior years. So, under the GAA, they have to determine a reserve fund, right? And the reserve fund is determined by taking into consideration expenses for prior years, right? Okay. Now, when DOF sent you a request to send the money, 89.9 billion, how did you interpret this provision in the GAA vis-a-vis your own concept of reserve fund under Section 11?
The PhilHealth, I know, has a manual of governance, Your Honor. So they went through a process pursuant to that manual. So one of the factors they considered is their absorptive capacity to spend. And that was based on the past years. I think they took the period from 2018 to 2023.
Who computed the amount of 89.9 billion?
That was the request from DOF, Your Honors.
Yes, precisely. So,
Yeah, so
it was from DOF that the amount of 89.9 billion came from?
I believe so, Your Honor. After they have determined that 89.9 billion is outside the reserve fund. It will come from the fund.
Can I get somebody from DOF to explain to the court how this 89.9 billion came from?
Hala. Pag-explainin nyo na. Ito na yung mga bagay-bagay na dapat malaman ng ating kababayan. Bistado na sila ng Supreme Court eh. Explain kayo ngayon. Ang gagaling nyo ha. Umamin na kayo kung sino nag-utos. Dapat aminin nyo na yan.
Your Honors, Deputy Treasurer Ed Marino from the Bureau of the Treasury, representing the Secretary of Finance in the Board of PhilHealth. The question is the calculation of the 89.9 billion.
How did you determine the 89.9 billion?
That is the unutilized subsidies as reflected in the unutilized government subsidies of PhilHealth for the years 2021 until 2023 as reflected in the financial statements of those years, Your Honor.
What do you mean by unutilized subsidy?
So in every year, Your Honor, from 2021 to 2023, there is a premium subsidy that was recorded in the financial statements of PhilHealth coming from the national government. And correspondingly, the accounting systems of PhilHealth can track the beneficiaries, the indirect contributor beneficiaries, where these subsidies must be used for. And we simply subtracted for each year the difference between the premium subsidies and the benefit expenses for indirect contributors.
So since you contributed this much for 2021, 2022, 2023 representing subsidy from indirect contributors, those that were unspent or were not spent were taken back. That's what you're saying.
That is the basis of the 89.9 billion, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, however, under the GAA, this 89.9 billion, you will definitely tell me that this is part of the fund balance.
Yes, Your Honor. The 89.9 billion is part of the balance, which is on top of the reserves, the reasonable reserves, Your Honor.
Yes. But under the circular, Department Circular 003-2024, there were guidelines that were provided for determining fund balance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell me where in these guidelines or what were the basis? Because in determining fund balance, it said here in 4.3, the reasonable level of reserve fund shall be computed by the DOF on a case-by-case basis, considering the following factors. It enumerated the factors, and I presume you know these factors. Now, you mentioned to me earlier that the amount 89.9 billion represents the balance of the subsidy. Where in these guidelines or basis was the basis for taking up 89.9 representing this unspent subsidy?
Your Honor, I believe those one of the considerations highlighted there is the ability, is actually the spending capacity of PhilHealth, both in the past and the projected expenditures. So that is the primary basis. That is why we took a look at the financial statements of PhilHealth. Moreover, the fund balance takes the form of cash in bank, and other investment securities. So that's the form included in the circular, Your Honor.
Yes, but I went through this 4.3. I do not see the basis for taking the subsidy, the unspent subsidy, as the 89.9 billion. Do you have a copy of Department Circular?
Your Honor, if I may just get a copy.
Sir, itong mahabang usapin na ito, itong mahabang live na ito, mga kasama, hindi na natin ito matatapos ng todo-todo. Pero ang sistema po dito, inuutos na ho ng Supreme Court na ibalik na ho yung 60 billion na mula National Treasury, ibabalik muli dito sa PhilHealth. Para naman, siyempre, ang PhilHealth na bahala kung saan nila ibigay sa tao yung nararapat. Ang paliwanag kasi dito, hindi ko kasi ma-explain sa inyo kasi mahaba talaga to, inabot ho ng ilang oras ito . Ang gusto pala nitong mga durobo na ito, dahil daw hindi raw magampanan at sobra-sobra daw ang pera ng PhilHealth, di umano, kinuha. Bakit kinuha? Magagaling kayo. Hindi sa inyo. At nasa batas yun. Dapat sa mga member lang ng ng PhilHealth ang pondo na yan. Pinag-interesan. Ngayon, ang tanong dito, mababalik kaya? Yan ang tanong. Ito pa. Pakinggan nyo yung mga nagsulong. Ito yung mga, anong tawag dito sa mga to? Sila yung mga mga parikoy. Parikoy na gustong-gusto talaga na ma-impeach si BP Sara. Meron silang pag-uusap. Ilang oras lang ho ito nakalipas, 10 hours ago. Ito ang mga balita dito.
Yan, kompleto na kami. Dito na si Paul Flavi.
Nako. Yan pala si 15 years, 14 years.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Father Bong Sarabia, isa sa mga conveners. Nais kong pasalamatan ang mga matatapang na mga kapamilya ng mga biktima ng mga extrajudicial killings noong panahon ni Pangulong Duterte. Kasama po natin yung 45 families ngayon sa araw na ito. Saludo po kami sa iyong pagmamalasakit para sa ating bayang Pilipinas. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, kabilang po ako sa naghain na ikatlong impeachment complaint laban sa kay VP Sara Duterte. Nagpapasalamat po ako.
Makasama ha, ang mga pare ko na ito, anak ng bugi. Sila ho, kabilang sa mga naghain ng impeachment complaint. Hindi na ho para sa kabutihan ngayon ata. Ibang klase na talaga. Doon na lang ako sa KOJC tsaka sa AINC. Wag na lang dito. Anak ng bugi. Oo, sila lang yung mga humaharap ata eh. Natuloy pa ba natin to?
Ako sa Kongreso na nag-impeach kay VP Sara Duterte noong February 5, 2025. 240 congressmen. Lahat sila. Subalit nalulungkot po ako na hanggang ngayon na hindi pa rin kumikilos ang Senado para simulan ang pagdidig dito. Ang sabi po ni Senate President Chis Escudero ay wala po daw clamor para umpisahan na kaagad ang impeachment trial. Kaya minabuti po namin na ngayong umaga, kasama po ng iba't ibang miyembro ng mga religious organization, ay inilunsad ang People Impeachment Movement. Ito po ay samahan ng mga iba't ibang religious group at sectoral representative na lumalaban sa pamahalaan, pananamantala at pag-aabuso. Layunin po...
Ito ha, isa lang itong katunayan na itong mga pare ko kinakalampag itong si Escudero. Wala pa raw nangyayari. Hindi nga, sinabi na nga ni Escudero, sa July 30 na, ang titigas ng mga ulo nyo. Bakit ba lahat kayo nagmamadali? Hindi naman susulong yung impeachment nyo pag natapos na ang eleksyon at PDP na ang lahat ng nanalo. Wala na yung impeachment nyo. Ngayon, tama na yung mga kakwelahan nyo. Lahat ng mga istorya nyo, hindi yan papatok sa milyon-milyon tao na sumusuporta sa mga Duterte. Ganun lang kasimple. Ayan na mga kasama. Lagi kayo antabay sa ating mga daily vlog. Mamayang hapon po meron po tayong update, upload at siyempre magre-reaction tayo. Hanggang sa muli. Bye-bye!